Hello, everybody, and welcome to SciFi Vision for May 15th. Hey, Dieter and Lulu, welcome. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Punisher One Last Kill. I kind of threw up a couple quick graphics, so Lisa didn't still say Daredevil. I'm like, wrong show. But anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you if you're joining us. I don't know that this is going to be a totally positive review and breakdown because I don't think any of us loved it all that much. But other than that, but welcome. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to SciFi Vision, hype videos if you can. It's always appreciated. Just a reminder that on June 3rd, at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have Liz Saunders, who plays Donna in From, will be here live joining us. And we also have a special From guest that we're going to be doing a pre-recorded interview with next week that will, after the episode airs, we'll announce it on Sunday. And then we'll be sending in for questions. Thank you, Lilu. So that's coming up as well, and maybe some other From stuff, we'll see. So just everybody stay tuned, and you can of course check out other interviews on the video and live tab. All right, well, I think Jen hopefully will be around momentarily. God, I got like 50,000 messages. I'm like, everybody's messaging. Yeah, no, it's just I'm bad at doing two things at once. That's what I'm really bad at. But hey, B. So what did you think of the episode? Or I know you know what I thought.
I didn't get through the episode because it's too violent.
Well, that's fair.
After a while, afterward, he smashed the guy's head on the sidewalk. I was like, I'm gonna do the rest of the recap.
Okay, that's fair. I thought, if I'm honest, I didn't like it really at all. Like, I get it. I appreciate that they gave him sort of a redemption at the end and he saved the family instead of going after the woman that was bad. But I mean, it was mostly like the whole thing was like hallucination, shooting people, and then the end. And that was pretty much the whole thing for me. So I really don't have much at all positive to say about it. I do not know why my chat is being weird. Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out why my chat isn't working on YouTube in my other window, because I cannot see it. I'm gonna have to refresh it. Sorry, as you can see, I'm very bad at multitasking.
Fine.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it to work now. Awesome. All right. Well, I was hoping Jen would not be too long. We could, but I guess if she's not here, we'll have to start without her. But give me 1 second. Okay. So we start off with the murder board. Since I don't know that much, I mean, look, I don't know that much about Daredevil. I never watched the Daredevil series. I seen him in, or not Daredevil, I'm sorry, Punisher. I know Daredevil. I don't know the Punisher series. I've seen what Punisher was in the beginning of Daredevil. I still have not watched the last season of the original series, unfortunately, because I haven't had a chance yet since I started watching it. But like, I don't know, like I knew his story and I feel like this didn't really add anything. But as for like the murder board, I don't know if there's anything significant in it since I don't really watch Punisher. I'm guessing there's probably some kind of, Easter eggs in it, but I'm not sure what that would be. I don't know what else. That's not really helpful. Sorry. But there's not really a whole lot to say when I don't know what it is. But here, hold on. I'm going to move this a little bit. It's bugging me. It's crooked. Okay. Well, he is looking at his murder board and doing his exercise. And look, we've seen him in Daredevil and he was always super violent. So I guess I know everybody's saying they didn't like the violence either. And I agree, Kimberly. That's why I'm kind of like, Daredevil is really violent, but at least it has like a point and a story. I just didn't totally feel, thank you, Kimberly. I just totally didn't really think that the violence here, like, it didn't really have enough of a story to make it even necessary. Is that until the Spider-Man movie? I think this is it for Punisher until then. I believe
Mm.
so. But besides that, I'm not sure. And I know Scarlet, you probably don't know what she's asking about, but he's in the some of the trailers
Oh
for
yeah, yeah.
A New Day. So
Hmm.
yeah, he's gonna be in that, I guess. But beyond that, I I don't know. I just feel like we learned nothing new about him. I'm being really
Yeah.
negative.
Mhm.
I just really didn't see anything. They decided to make it really dark because it's Punisher's story. That's true. Punisher is dark. I just feel like they could have added a plot. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to Jen that she is not. There's a close up of the board. So he's throwing up as he's drunk there. Hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera off while I'm trying to text Jen. So at least people don't see me stopping because I can't look at I'm so bad. Like seriously, I'm so bad at looking at two things at once. So it's easier if I just kind of
I tried to get a hold of her in the chat room in case she fell asleep because she did fall asleep that one.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say she was at the watch party, but I didn't know what happened. And that's the other thing I should have done, guys. Make sure that if you're not a member yet, that you join our Discord. Hold on, Discord. Because you can get our schedule as well as all the watch parties that we do. We did do a watch party right before the episode, or I keep calling it an episode. It's not an episode. Sorry, the movie special, whatever you want to call it. We did have a watch party for it. All right. Well, I feel like this. I feel like if we don't have Jen here, who knows the Marvel stuff, this is going to be
It's gonna be a
real
more of a
short
time.
show, guys.
It's gonna be a real downer.
It's going to
Sorry.
be a real downer and really short. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is kind of him hallucinating, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about that much about the backstory to even know exactly what he's hallucinating, other than he has PTSD, and it was when he was, he's remembered being in war. I did not take anything beyond the cute pictures of the puppy, so you
Yeah,
don't have to worry about that. I didn't even watch it. I just went through it. I didn't
I
even
just
bother.
warned you so much about this, Jamie. I didn't want you to have trauma from this.
I know, and I probably would have. I had issue with it, so I just didn't watch it. I didn't like the show enough in all honesty, to force myself to watch it. So I just walked out and didn't see any of what happened. Like I know what happened because I asked in the chat, and I kind of had an idea what happened, but I didn't actually see it happen. But
Yeah.
this mean guy comes up and hurts the poor dog. And
Well, he punches the homeless guy in the face first, right? Before he throws the dog.
I don't know because I walked out. I wasn't ready to see any of it. So honestly, I don't
All
know.
right, you didn't even get there. You're like,
No, I just kind of like left. Look, I have a problem watching violence against animals. I have a worse problem watching when they kill dogs, and I have an even bigger problem when I just lost my dog not that long ago. So I was just like, but yeah, he punched him. That guy was like, was there a reason why he attacked him? I didn't get.
He was just a homeless dude. I guess because he's just a homeless dude. I guess it's enough.
Yeah. I know he stole his hat. I got that from the end of the show, which I didn't.
He stole this dirty, gross hat. I mean, jeez.
Yeah. Thanks, dear.
Horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. And yes, that was also, I agree, B. That was very nice. She told me because I didn't even want to. And then I stupidly forgot to tell Karen, and she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "I'm sorry." I said I should have told you. Scarlet told me, and I forgot to relay the message. So Karen saw it and did not enjoy that at all, unfortunately, because I usually do tell her too, because she doesn't like that either. But that was my fault. But I didn't see it, so. But yeah, it made no sense. Look, the guy was mean. They could have had him beat the guy. They could have had him steal his dog. They didn't have to. They didn't have to kill the dog. I think that was really unnecessary. And I think
they had the showrunner on something that was like, "Oh, I didn't think they would let us kill the dog." I'm like, why would you write that in there?
Yeah, and Lilu's right. This homeless guy doesn't mention it. He's just like, he took something else from me. I would have appreciated him saying he killed my dog, because then maybe he killed him anyway. I guess in the end it didn't matter, but I thought it was strange he didn't exactly say what had happened. Yeah, and I was going to ask you that's part of what I was going to ask Jen. Kimberly's saying they're saying about the violence. It's because this mafia family of that area was killed by Frank, and that they used to keep the area in order. Now they're gone. It's pure chaos. I also had, and I want your opinion on that too, Scarlett. I had an issue with all the violence going on. I was wondering if this took place like before a lot of Daredevil, and like it was sort of in between, and this is when Fisk was like with the, you know, the task force and everything, so they weren't doing anything about it. But apparently it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just take issue that there's that many people running around shooting guns, no cops, no victims, even without a crime family taking care of it, right? Did you feel like that?
Yeah, it was a lot of people had said that they should have shown this a little later instead of right after Daredevil, because there was a lot of confusion about the timeline.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I agree. That's my answer. I agree.
But we really didn't see this kind of Fisk New York and Daredevil, so not this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just have a problem thinking that that much went on and nobody does anything. Like I get what it's trying to do, but it just, to me, it seems so unrealistic. Not that the rest of it was realistic, but it sort of took me out of it. Let's see. Lulu says, I love how these Marvel shows show these neighborhoods as the 80s WASP horror stories. I'm not sure what exactly you mean, because I clearly have not seen whatever you're talking about. I'm not, is Wasp like a, I don't know if that's like a type of horror movie, or you mean like Wasp, like the Wasp in Marvel? Because I have not.
Like Wasp people? White Anglo-Saxon Protestant?
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I know is the Wasp from Ant-Man, and I know what's in Marvel movies, and that's about it. So that's not really apparent to me. And yes, there should have been at least vigilante. That's why I almost kind of thought that maybe Daredevil would have a cameo in his show because of all this shit going down. I'm like, surely somebody's going to do something, but no, they just keep shooting everybody on the street. So yeah, lot of unnecessary violence, in my opinion. And then we have this fight. See, I was really hoping Jen was here for this, because I don't have context for a lot of this. And I feel like I can't really accurately without knowing what exactly the conversation even meant. Like, I know it's, like I said, he has PTSD from the war. I get that. He is broken since his family was murdered. I get that.
Yeah.
But as for what the flashbacks actually meant, I don't know. And I feel bad, but I don't know. And I don't know where Jen is, dear. She was supposed to be here. Hopefully, nothing's wrong.
She was in Watch Party, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure where she went. I hope nothing happened to her dad. Maybe, I know.
Oh God, I hope not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think. I don't know. I don't want to think about it, but I hope nothing is wrong, and hopefully she'll be here. She did mean white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Okay.
I almost said prostitute, and I thought it was weird. The prostitute almost came out of my mouth, and I was like, that's wrong.
Okay. I have not, well, I'm not a history person, to be honest, anyway, but I've never heard it called that. I thought maybe you meant Wasp and Marvel. But yeah, it's a lot of violence on the street. Some of the guys he served with were actually no good and were in cahoots with some bad things that I can't recall. Okay. Yeah, I assumed these were people who were his friends, but I honestly wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. Lee Luce is back in New York City in the 80s, especially neighborhoods like Harlem and Hell's Kitchen, where Daredevil takes place, were super violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's saying the guy that's alone is a good guy, and they joined up maybe together in Punisher too. I'm assuming that you mean the one he talked to, this guy. I assumed he was good. He seemed like he was probably, when they kept showing him, a good guy, but I didn't hear the whole conversation. So I don't know. There was just like a lot of yelling and puking, and I'll be honest, I wasn't paying as much attention as I probably should have when I watched it the first time. And I did not get to watch it as much in the watch party as I would have liked. So I'm not 100% sure what is that. B asks, is Punisher the good guy? Well, I mean, Punisher is the vigilante, like in Daredevil. The difference is with Daredevil, he doesn't want to kill people. Punisher just kills everybody that's bad. He doesn't care. He punishes them. He makes that kind of that moral call and just kills them. Which, look, in this story, I think it shows that has gotten him in trouble. Since he killed that lady's family, that's why she came after him. I feel like he kind of did the same. Well, I mean, that's what it's pushing, that he did do the same thing to her that was done to him in a way. I mean, they were bad, but he still took away her family. So I can understand kind of that cycle of violence and revenge. Okay, the PTSD is more related to the murder of his family. The 5 families were involved in murdering them. I know his kids and wife were murdered, and he found them. That's the only part I really know or remember. Yeah, I mean, he kills bad guys. He doesn't kill good guys, but he just guns them down. Clearly, he doesn't try to rehabilitate them or find out if they can be saved like Daredevil does, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely not the good guy there. All right. Do you remember any of particularly what this conversation was? Since it was a hallucination, a lot of it to me wasn't even clear what was going on other than it was a hallucination. Did you listen to, was there dialogue? Do you remember?
I'm not even sure, Jamie.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I should have look, I should have watched it again at the watch party, but I was doing stuff I couldn't go in, so I didn't get to see it. All right. So here
Anybody
he is.
in the chat wants to tell us any quotes from this? Go right ahead.
Yeah, maybe. That's why I was kind of relying on Jen a little bit here. And that's my fault.
Anybody want to call in and talk with us if you're really into the Punisher? Because I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd like to know what other people think that know a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very underprepared because I don't know anything about the show. I mean, about the original show. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. I went back and I was going to try to watch it before I watched this. But there's I don't even remember. It's either 2 or 3 seasons. There was a lot of episodes. It wasn't something I could watch right before we did this. There was no way to get them all done. So that is why I did not do a rewatch, or I would have tried. Yes, I agree, B. I mean, I've seen John Bernthal, obviously, in The Walking Dead. Law and Order Criminal Intent, I have not. But like I told you before, I don't really watch that. Excuse me. But yeah, he's a good actor. I actually liked him more after watching Punisher because I didn't really love his character in Walking Dead, but you're supposed to not really love his character in Walking Dead. So I do actually like the Punisher. I just can't. I don't have a problem with the violence. I more have a problem with there was no plot with the violence, I think is my issue. I don't want to watch the violence, but I will if there's a reason, not the dog thing, but other violence if there's a reason. But it's just, yes, it's too gratuitous. Right, B. It is gratuitous violence. I really like the original. That's okay, Kelly. We're just joking around because we don't know a lot about it. Anyway, so he's locking up his guns for now. So look, Daredevil, tried to get him to kind of change his ways, but I don't know that he actually took to heart anything Matt said. He didn't seem willing to go his route,
Mm-hmm.
But he goes out in his hoodie, and then he goes into this little cafe. And this guy, hold on, maybe I should look at the recap. I did look up a recap because I didn't know their names, any of them. Crap. I thought his name was Charlie, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, there was, okay, I did skip something. While he's having that whole hallucination about the people that he knew, the soldiers, he does carve, oh, now I lost it, great. He carves into his chest, carves an X into the tattoo on his chest. I'm not sure what the purpose to that was, unless it's kind of to forget it, but I don't know why he would do it now, because that was back with That was when he was doing that. I just don't know that I understand the purpose of that. I feel like there's more to it, but it was something that I didn't understand, since I don't know if it had to do with the show, or
Mhm.
I know he obviously doesn't feel like a Marine anymore, and he doesn't, I don't think, respect, at least what I got out of the other series, I don't think he like respects that anymore because of the way things kind of went down. But
Mhm.
um yeah, I don't know. Was the guy in the I don't, he's familiar, but I don't know if he's been in another Marvel series or not. I'm curious. Do any of you remember? Was he in Marvel elsewhere? He's definitely a familiar character actor. Like I've seen him in things, but um, yeah, I don't know. I called it a cafe. It says it's a donut shop here. I guess it was a donut shop. But he's serving everybody, and Frank comes in to get something, and this guy comes in. Hold on, it starts. Oh, there's also on the TV, I thought I had two pictures of this, but it comes up about that family being slaughtered, and also that his family was the one, Castles was the one slaughtered by that family. And I I feel like he was also wanted at this point, but that part I missed, and I apologize for that.
Mhm.
Hey, Amy, Doc, welcome. Well, Doc, I'm doing, I don't know what, but I'll say I'm doing a very bad job as an investigator in this show. That's for
You
sure.
said instigator.
I
You
thought
want to call in, Doc?
no, okay, I can't read. Sorry, I thought it said investigator. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough about this, but anyway, this guy who is probably a junkie, and he's yelling around and making noise and trying to get him to listen to him, and he just kind of gets him to go out and tells Frank not to he doesn't have to pay for the food, but Frank does anyway. He donates the money to him. um he's trying to weaponize other people against his unrequited dark obsession. You mean Frank? I'm trying to understand exactly what you're meaning, Doc. Sorry, my brain's a little fried today. But Frank's definitely not handling it in the right way, that's for sure. Hey, Debbie. Hey, everybody. Sorry that our our review is not that knowledgeable. We're still waiting for Jen, and you can know that we don't
We're waiting for our
know
scholar, and if
know
anybody
our
wants to
scholar
come
to know what they're talking about.
talk
No, I just
about it,
feel bad because I feel like people are probably like, "What are you talking about?" Because we don't even know what we're talking about.
yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know. I kind of was like, in a way, after we did this, I'm like, we shouldn't have said we were going to do it. I thought it was going to be good. I expected to enjoy it. I did not.
Mhm.
Um, but anyway, here's his body.
I was curious about it because I had a friend in high school who was really into the Punisher, and I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting, but I guess it's just not my bag.
No, well, I remember seeing the original Punisher movie like back. I don't even know when it was on. But it was way before this series. It was before the MCU and everything. And it was okay. I liked it. I had never seen though the John Bernthal stuff. I'd never seen any of the newer stuff. I just knew that everybody had said it was violent, but everybody also said Daredevil was violent. I just didn't realize, I guess, that it was even that much more so. But I don't know enough of the Marvel like universe a lot of times to really know what things are important, like outside of what we're seeing. But I'm interested too when yeah, I think Dolph Lundgren was in it. I think Lee,
Oh yeah,
a long time ago.
was he the Punisher, Dolph Lundgren?
Thomas Jane was the actual Punisher though. I'm
Oh
assuming.
really?
Let me
Wow.
see. I feel like, yeah, it was Thomas Jane. That's what I thought. That was from 2004. I'm sorry, I was wrong. B, the Punisher with is it B who said that? No, it was Lee who said that. The one with Dolph Lundgren, however you say that, Lundgren, was from 1989. The one I saw was the 2004 version. Yeah, so it was a reboot. And that's the extent of what I know about this, which isn't much because that was so long ago. I don't remember most of it anyway. My memory of 20 years ago, it's very
Yeah.
not there very much for what it was. I just remember I did like the one with Thomas Jane, but yeah. Well, thank you. We're glad that you're here. Um, but yeah, so that's his daughter. Was what I was getting to the point of, is that his is his daughter, and she's watching this all go down like that. She's like in the middle of this violence. I feel bad for the little girl that's in the middle of
Mhm.
it, but her father's like trying to, do something about it, but we don't. I'm confused. I'm very confused by that comment. Do you understand that comment? I'm confused. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna.
Blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very confused. But I feel like I've been left out of the loop of something, so I'm just gonna move on.
Me
But
too, but not me too,
yeah,
if you know what I mean.
yeah, but yes, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel because we appreciate. Benjamin says Ray Stevenson was the best comic accurate Punisher. I'm not even sure how is that like one of the movies or is that a TV show from like a long time ago? I'm gonna look because you got me curious now. Because
Yeah,
I
we can talk
honestly,
about all things Punisher. I don't care.
oh yeah,
Let's
no,
make
I
it
was just
celebration.
curious. I honestly I don't know. That's why I said I feel like I'm so under like because I just don't know enough about the Punisher. I know if AJ was here, like when AJ comes on Tuesday, he reads it, so he would know more
Yeah.
about the too. But that is Punisher Warzone that Benjamin's talking
Mhm.
about. All right. Yeah, I see. Oh, Nick Santora wrote it. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I've seen I really don't think I've seen that remake. Just the uh the original. And I don't either be. I'm confused. That's why I said I'm just like I'm confused. I'm just confused. But yes, we could use some help until Jen gets
Yeah.
her. I
You wanna
just hope
call in? You wanna call in, Benjamin? You can
no,
call
no.
in.
I just hope that that everything is okay with Jen.
I
That's
hope
my
so
only.
too. You have her phone number? I feel like we need to ring her or something.
No, I do not. I just have Discord. That's all I
Yeah.
have.
We can ring
No.
her on Discord. Can't we call somebody on Discord?
Well, not when we're in the middle of live, but yeah, we'll have to
Oh,
call her and
mute.
make sure she's okay.
Oh,
Um,
mute.
but if she's not answering the messages, I don't think she's gonna. It goes directly to through Discord, so it's going to be going the same place as what we're sending her. So I
Mm.
don't think it's gonna that it would really help. Um, oh, okay. I see kind of what I know anyway. But that does not have to do with Punisher. So thank you, Bees. I'm glad somebody else did. Hopefully, maybe she gets enough messages, she'll answer and we'll find out. But anyway, he does donate to that guy. He gives it to him anyway. Like he's not a bad guy, right? He's supposed to be a good guy, I guess, as good as you can be. As good as you can be and be killing people.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a really bad description. Like he's a good guy, kind of.
Oh,
He's
that's
the
fine.
anti-hero. He's the anti-hero. That's all I can say is he's the anti-hero. But he is kind of minding his own business there. He goes to his daughter's grave and his wife's grave. I think he had a son too, I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure. I did find these scenes very like even though I didn't get a lot of what was going on or wasn't into it, I guess I did find these scenes emotional. I thought that he played it really well.
Mhm.
When he's sitting there crying, I'm crying at
Yeah.
the show that I don't know anything about, which I guess no, but I guess that just shows he's a good actor. But I was laughing after because I'm like, I'm not sure why I'm crying at this when I don't know the show. But no, John Bernthal is really, really good in it. And I do remember that the Daredevil part of it was really emotional, that's for sure. I remember from watching it before. Kelly says, I love John Bernthal. I think he makes a great Punisher. The Netflix series was really good. This wasn't a good representation of that. He really makes you feel sad when it comes to his family. Yes, exactly. And Jen did say one thing about this. I had talked to her, I think yesterday, when I was saying how much I didn't like this. She was saying that it seems like a really long trailer or something, and for like if they're making a new show, because it didn't really give us anything. Yeah. I mean, it gave us his good acting, but that's about it. And then there's his daughter there. Some of these flashbacks, I assume they're from the original as opposed to from Daredevil, but I remember seeing about them. And that's that book that he always read to his daughter. Because there's a little nursery rhyme type thing he says. I think it's his batch, one batch, two batch, something like that. That had to do with what he always read to his daughter. That must be his wife, I guess. And then he sees her after she's been shot, and there's his wife there. So yeah, there's a lot of like hallucinations / dreams. I'm sure Karen really loved that part.
Oh, she doesn't like any dream sequences?
She hates dream sequences and hallucinations.
This whole thing is a dream sequence.
It pretty much is. It pretty much is. She's not gonna like it. I know. Well, hey, she didn't like a lot of Daredevil. She for sure ain't gonna like this.
You like Legion?
What?
She liked Legion.
Yeah, she did like Legion actually.
Oh, good.
I know she doesn't like hallucinations, but she did overall like Legion. I believe so.
Huh.
Yeah, well, thank you, Debbie. We appreciate it. It's for Punisher. Don't worry, you're not missing much. I said I feel so bad. I'm like doing a review of it, a recap of a show, and I'm like, kind of wish I hadn't signed up for this just because it wasn't great. No, but look, I can appreciate the stuff they did, and I did really like the, as much as it was like overly violent, I did like a lot of the choreographed stuff. I think was good, but a lot of the other stuff in between, maybe not so much. They were showing I just paused that to show, they were showing the merry-go-round Ferris wheel and stuff because of where his kid and wife were killed. That was what that was in reference to.
Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah, it is. It was awful. That's why I said they had it in Daredevil too. That was from the original. It must have been from the original Daredevil series.
Yeah.
I guess if you didn't see it. It would have been from that. Benjamin says it was too short. It was really short. Maybe that was part of the reason they didn't have enough time to actually put much plot, because it was all fighting. Like, I get it, but I don't know. But well, there's Jen. Hello, Jen. We hope you're okay. What's going on?
Nothing. I fall asleep with my daughter.
Well, we're glad you are okay. I was worried you or your father, something had happened.
Did you hear my voice saying, "Come on the line"?
Yeah. So you called, and I was like, "What's going on?" And my daughter's on top of me. We're on the couch. I just like threw her into her bed, ran down here, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" My older daughter is like, "Oh, snap! It's after 11. You said to wake yourself up." I'm like, "I love you. I gotta go. Bye." I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I was struggling because I don't know a whole lot of Marvel, and I know Scarlet knows even less.
I've been so excited to talk about it because I actually liked the
episode. I'm so glad.
And I thought it was a little awkward, so I have my own like gripes with it, but I thought it. Well, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I feel so awful. I cannot believe I just woke up. I'm so sorry. It's been a long week.
Okay, it's okay. Just glad you made it. Well, you can see where we're at. We're at the part where he's going to the grave site. So he hasn't gone into the murder of the episode yet. But maybe you can explain a little bit about the kind of hallucination / flashbacks he was having, because I didn't know I know he has PTSD, but that's about the extent of what I know about it. So maybe you know a little bit more.
That's really what it is. Besides him having PSD from being in, oh my God, what was it in? I know it was in Special Forces. Well, from being overseas in Afghanistan, right? He also has the PSD from his family, being murdered for the most part. Why is my phone still going off? So sorry. Okay. Oh, Scarlet, you're still calling me. Hold on.
Oh, I am? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm like, what is going on? So he's always battled internally with himself, plus the fact that like whenever he wants to help something out, his judgment is always clear. Like he has no problem killing people for whatever offense that they have. So that's always like kind of been on his mind, and it's his fault that like everybody died. So he takes that on himself a lot, and he's always like struggling back and forth. So a lot of his flashbacks are exactly what you see in like season 1 and 2 of The Punisher, especially in season 1 of The Punisher. But that's how that like the actual show is with him sprinkled in. So all of it is always him just torturing himself over his own decisions that he's made and his own internal struggle that he always plays back and forth with. But I kind of like that this new Punisher that we've been seeing, he's pretty true to the comic book, right? He kind of is always on that fence. He's a good, like he looks like a good guy, but he always, kills everybody no matter what. So I kind of really like it. It has a lot of the same gore like the comic books have, like the murder levels up there, how he kills people, especially you see at the end of this little special feature, when he kind of redeems the homeless veteran guy and like, kind of brings him justice. That's the Punisher I know. Like doesn't ask any questions. You did something wrong, boom, you're dead. So, and that can be kind of heavy. And so he's always going to toy back and forth. Like his son, like eggs him on to keep killing. And his daughter kind of always like puts him on the right path to kind of think about things through. So he always has this balance too between his son and his daughter. And he's always going back and forth. That's why I thought it was really interesting that his daughter was the one that appeared in this scene and not his son.
Okay. You mean when he sees like them after they're killed?
Yes.
Okay. That's what was confusing.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you then, do you, like, I guess it's because I didn't see the original series, because I was telling Scarlet earlier, I was going to try to watch it before this came on, but I didn't know there were so many of them. Like, there was no way I was going to get through it. So that's why I didn't end up watching any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they spent, like, I feel like instead of spending time on a hallucination or I don't even know if it was a hallucination or flashback, exactly what it was. It was weird. I feel like they could have spent that time giving a little bit of an introduction to people who didn't see the series in order to pull new people in, especially if they are going to later do a Punisher series. And I'm not sure that they are. I don't know. I'm just saying if they wanted to. Like, they could have spent that time doing it a bit different to pick up like people like me, because I would have probably gone back and watched the original series if I liked this. But to me, it just wasn't making enough sense that it just didn't even. Yeah, maybe it I would have felt differently, but I just really couldn't get a lot of it.
Yeah, and like if you know the comic books, like that's his like real big rivalry is the Nochi family, and Ma Nochi is a big villain in the comic book series as well. I mean it's a comic book, so if you know anything about the comic books, you know that that's who he goes up against. And the whole thing with the sons and the brothers and all that, that's a thing in the comic books. It kind of played out a little bit, and you saw it in season 1 and in season 2, and he's really looking for like redemption for his family, which he gets. He kills everybody that was like involved with it, or at least he thinks he does, but he winds up leaving Mama Nochi dead. So he winds up leaving Mama Nochi alive, and that's why she becomes a big villain. So if you watch seasons 1 and 2 or know about the comic books, it picks up kind of from there. And I guess the time frame, what they're trying to show us is like, I think why he wasn't in Daredevil 2, because he was going through this whole thing on his own. Like you saw in the beginning of the episode, he was kind of really broken. And if you think about where we last saw him in Daredevil, he had just escaped like Fisk's like secret deep down underground like prison of all of the different what do they call vigilantes. So he escaped from there, and he's kind of just broken and tortured. You kind of see that. So this, I guess, would be like at the very end of season 1 of Daredevil kind of a thing. This is kind of where it takes place. I guess that's where I'm putting the time frame of it. Like right after season 1 of Daredevil, right before season 2. Like this is probably why he wasn't in season 2, because he was dealing with this. I think that's what they're trying to show us. And I kind of like that it showed like almost what Fisk and what Daredevil went through. It kind of shows like his rebirth, like what he had to do to get to be the Punisher that we're going to wind up seeing in Spider-Man. And also if they do continue his story with a new season now on Disney instead of Netflix.
Yeah. 2010 Rager wants a season 3.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Here's it back for a minute. Jen woke up. Yes, Jen woke up. She's here.
Sorry. Jen woke up.
I'm just
I had to
teasing.
call her 3 times.
No, it's okay. But what I was confused about though then is, see, I thought maybe I remember there's a scene in Daredevil where, like, before Castle gets arrested and he's like sitting at the gravestones bleeding or whatever. That's why I wondered if this was connected to that, but then I realized it wasn't part of what was going on in Daredevil.
Right.
Part of that timeline. But the part that I was also confused about, that we talked about while you weren't here, is the fact that even without this crime family, that people can just run across the street and like shoot everybody, that nobody does anything. Like, that irritated me. I thought maybe if this had taken place like during Daredevil and it was like Fisk's New York, it made a little more sense because the task force, didn't do what they were supposed to do. But the fact that it isn't connected to that, and it's just like everybody's shooting and stabbing and there's no cops until like the very end. I felt like that was a little too, I don't know, to me, as much as this show it's not believable to begin with. I don't mean it like it's believable, but that to me was just a little, I don't know. It was just like, why is nobody coming? Why is nobody doing anything? But I guess maybe that's why they need him.
Yeah. Everything took place within like the same 2 blocks for the most part, though, right? Like everything was in that little area. So you're right, because technically in the city you should have Spider-Man, Daredevil, and him, right? Because that's where the timeline is, and that's kind of where it's setting it up. But you don't see either Daredevil or Spider-Man like kind of pop up here at all. But again, I think they're like I think this is supposed to be simultaneous to all the other storylines that Marvel's put out for those other 2 characters. That kind of explains, like, they're all kind of busy right now and nobody kind of is paying attention here. There was like a one-off line that if you heard in the very beginning, like when the news reporters were saying something, they didn't mention whose New York it was, but they just said like a new regime had come in. They weren't like handling things anymore. So I thought it was supposed to show like it was the downfall of Fisk's empire, and like he was kind of gone, which is what we saw at the end of season 2 of Daredevil. So that's why I'm kind of placing it. I'm like, I think this is kind of what's supposed to be happening or happened during, like, not every day, obviously, but obviously during that time frame, right after, like I said, season 2, like this should be simultaneous with season 2 of Daredevil kind of a thing, or right after it. And this is probably why we didn't see Frank, because he was just broken and not handling shit well after he had been in Fisk's prison.
Got it. Wow. Yeah, I wish they would have maybe explained the time, like said what the timeline was a little bit.
Yeah.
Like kind of questioning and wondering.
I agree too. There's like a consistency error, like something that hasn't been confirmed that I wish they did confirm. I mean, we only got 40 something minutes from this, and for it to be like this little mini novella of a movie, but not really a whole movie, but like about an episode show. I'm like, I wish we were on a little bit more. But I thought it was just set up so that way when we get Punisher again, which we know he's going to be in Spider-Man, but wherever we're going to get him again, even after that, because we know that they're, kind of redoing the Defenders and a lot of the series, that it'll give us an explanation so that way they don't have to do like a flashback episode. We kind of know, like, he kind of has been reborn himself. He kind of had to go through it again. He had to, go through something to kind of be himself again, the Punisher that we knew. And like at the very, very end, like the new spray painted Punisher sign, it just felt like he was like trying to take back his symbol too, considering what the, the anti-vigilante team did and going after everybody. So I felt like that's kind of, it wasn't clearly explained, but again, if you watch all the shows, I think that's the connection they were trying to make.
Got it. Yeah. And I'll probably eventually go back and watch it. I hope that the Punisher series has more plot than this did.
Oh yeah, it did. It had a lot of plot. Like the first season was all about like him being in jail and meeting Fisk in jail, and there's this really like epic fight scene, and then Fisk gets him out of jail to help him, and we get like I thought it was really well done because they really explained like the basis of the comic books as well, and I thought the first 2 seasons were really good for the Punisher. I was really pissed that they didn't come out with a season 3. So I'm with you guys. Whoever wants that season 3 to come out, I'm with you on that.
I was going to say though, the thing with Fisk getting him out of prison, wasn't that in Daredevil? Because I feel like I've seen that. That part must have been in Daredevil.
That part, I think it's mentioned in Daredevil as well, because there's a whole thing with like him and Karen and everything, and you kind of get that also from Daredevil, but it was in his story as well, kind of more explained, and like you really saw it, like what really happened in the jail, and I just knew about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious I mean, like, I do want to go back to see it because that's one of the things I do like about this kind of stuff is I love how they're all interconnected. I just, yeah, I just feel like personally, this show, this episode, movie, whatever you want to call it, for me, didn't have enough story to it. And I don't know if it's just kind of, they were like, well, we only got 40 minutes. We need to put all the, action in it. So maybe since they didn't have as much time, they didn't put more in it. But I just would have liked to have seen actual plot a little bit more. Then maybe I would have liked it a little more, I guess.
It also sets up the storyline for a third season for him because that's, like I said, one of his huge villains in the comic books is Mama Nochi. So you kind of need to know, like, that she popped back up, and that's kind of like the continuation from where the season 2 leaves off, because he thinks, like by the end of this, like he thinks he's done. He doesn't have anything to live for, and that's a scene that we see when he goes to the gravesite and he's, got the gun and he's considering unaliving himself right there, and then he sees his daughter. So like you just see him like the bottom of the bottom, and even like when he's like walking through the street and all that crazy stuff is going around about him, like he doesn't even bat an eye, doesn't look twice, he doesn't care until there's that connection made between his daughter and the shopkeeper's daughter. What is it, the bakery or the coffee shop that he gets coffee at, the little girl Charlie. That's, if it wasn't for that association that he made, he was all about like unaliving himself, wasn't even thinking about keeping, moving forward. So it really shows like his mental change and how he's able to step up and become the Punisher that we all know and need him to be, especially if he's going to be in Spider-Man and anything else that's coming up that has to do with the MCU.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like the ending. I just didn't like the rest of it.
Yeah.
Sorry. 2010 Ranger says, I want to see the Punisher versus Bullseye in the MCU. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And he also said the henchman that was with Manucci was Barracuda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say that since I don't know enough about the story. I don't know, but
I love that you used the word henchman. 2010 or 2010, Roger. I love that you used henchman. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, who is this guy's obviously seemed to be good that he's imagining, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was part of his like military crew that kind of kept him on base, and he passed away already. He passed away. Oh, I don't even remember when. He passed away. You saw him pass away in one of the Punishers.
Okay.
One of the seasons.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good friend. He was in season 2. Okay, yeah, and he passed away in season 2. I couldn't remember.
Okay. I guess is that where this stuff takes place? I guess it's a deli. I thought I don't know. I've called it a cafe. I've called it a donut shop.
A bodega.
A little bodega, exactly. All right. So here's Manucci comes up. I wondered that. So I was like, that is her. That's Judith Light. She's been like
Who's the boss?
That too. But I mean, she's also
who's the boss? Oh yeah.
She's also in Devil and Silver, and what else? She's been something else recently that I'm like blanking on. But she's been in a lot recently. I don't know what. Shining Veil, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And Scarlet, if you have anything to say, just interrupt me, because I know you know as much as I do. So I'm kind of like, I don't know what to say for a lot of this, and I'm like, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you though.
I was just listening because I just wanted to get information.
Yeah. I know. I feel like I'm like, good, Jen, sir, she can explain it.
My job was to wake Jen up.
Yes, and you did that. I am so sorry.
That's okay. Was Judith Light in the previous seasons? I didn't. Yeah, she wasn't in it before, right?
No, she was not in the previous seasons. But I had to me, she's always going to be Who's the Boss, because that's the era that I grew up in. I know we've seen it in other things as well. So I thought it was just funny because she technically is the boss now.
True. I had just watched her in Devil and Silver. She's really good in Devil and Silver too.
Yes.
What's that?
The Terror, the one we were talking about before.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Dan Stevens.
Yes, Dan Stevens. Yeah, I should have just said Dan Stevens.
You should have said Dan Stevens. I'm listening.
Yeah, no, you should watch that though. I think you'll like it.
It's so good. I'm all about it. I signed up on AMC just so I can watch this series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just don't do what I do and watch at 3:00 in the morning. I told the creators or the producers that I'm like, I watched it at 3:00 in the morning. That was a mistake. It was good, but it scared the shit out of me. So
Yeah.
it is not it's definitely a scary show if you watch it that late. So anyway, so she comes up to him, he's like ignoring her, and she's like, I lost my whole family, Frank. And you know, made to feel bad for her, you're supposed to feel bad for her until you start seeing her, you know, recounting what happened. Now he must have been in Daredevil, because I remember him and like
Yes.
this and killing him.
Yes.
So
yes.
okay. So I was going to say, I thought that as soon as they showed him, I'm like, I'm pretty sure Daredevil Punisher killed him. So
Yes.
with that. So he was like a gangster. He was bad. Now, and he killed him. Now, I'm assuming this was a corrupt cop, the other Nucci or whatever. But since that part I didn't remember to know who he was that he killed.
Yeah, he kills the whole family, the sons, and I believe the son was a corrupt cop. That's what they were insinuating at, because he helped. He would go after his father's opposition and purposely arrest them and get them off the street so his father can do his business and take over the city more.
Yeah. Wow, I know he, as far as I know, only killed. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't kill innocent people, right? Like, even if they're in the way, I assume he at least tries not to, from what I've seen. But
right, yeah, he tries not to. But I guess sometimes he can't, like, how does he really know in the situation? So, like, he does have questionable decisions, and he doesn't always ask questions. But he does not try to kill innocent people. He tries to defend the innocent as best he can.
That's what I figured. Because she's saying, oh, you know, her poor son and everything. Because she made a comment, something like, I don't believe those stories about whatever it was, the kids. I had remembered there was a storyline. So that must have been part of the Daredevil thing. So he was involved in that, I'm guessing, and was bad as well. But of course, she's, you know, his mother. But both things can be true. He can be bad and still love his mother, right? Like,
right.
Yeah.
One doesn't negate the other. So this time, I've like a long time ago lost where I was in the recap I had downloaded. I apologize, but whatever time, I'm like in like 6:40. I'm like trying to figure out the time. 6:47.
Yeah.
And she says that is the time that her son died that she'll forever remember. So that's the time she's going to get them to kill him. Excuse me, because she puts a hit on his head. And they were saying earlier, is it 10 million? I don't remember what it was either. How much?
That I don't remember either, now that you're saying that. And it wasn't in a very expensive. I don't think it was very expensive, but
$5.
No.
$5 for killing them. No. She did a very big bounty on his head.
Yes.
You know, this is if you don't know that like it's going to be violent, you can tell right here. You only need to see that like scene, and you already know like he steps on his damn head. Did he have to do that?
Yep.
Like,
That's where I left.
Yeah, Scarlet read a recap. She didn't even watch the rest.
I was out. I'm out.
You missed all the other. There was a lot more than that.
Yeah, there was. There's a lot more than
bad.
just this. This was just like the tip of the spear. If I was Martin, I would tell you this is just the tip of the spear.
Yeah. Yikes.
So she's,
boy.
I'm surprised though, like she gave him warning. I guess she's like everybody else in Marvel shows, she's cocky and thinks she's going to win and she doesn't have to worry about it. Because like, why tell them they're coming for you, right? Other than
right.
That kind of thing. And there's the henchman we were talking about, Barracuda. He's got a good name. Even if he's bad, I like his name. Okay, so he goes back, and this is where he hallucinates Karen. And he asks her, are you really there or whatever? And she says she is. I kind of figured it was in his head, but it like some of this was so, I don't know, like the way they did it, it was hard to tell what was going on, which I think is part of the reason why also that I didn't love it. It was so hard to get into just because of all the stuff going on. But I did appreciate they at least brought in one guest star and put her in there. I do still need to, and I've said this before, but I do still need to see the third season of the Netflix Daredevil to see all the stuff, with her and Castle. to get a better understanding of what their relationship was, because what the part I had seen, there was no relationship. So it was just him, only talking to her when they were trying to be his lawyers and everything. That was really the only part I had seen with them interacting. So I think I need more context with that. But I know you had
I
said
was kind
before.
of confused about that too when I was watching a recap about it.
Yeah, because you said they dated, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They sort
Ugh.
of date.
Ugh.
And in the comic books, they're like full on dating, and then they don't stay together. But it's definitely, I think they're more involved in the comic books than the show makes them out to be involved in. But they definitely allude to it in the show. And she's like, well, he starts hallucinating his wife first, right? And then he kind of jumps to her. So he wouldn't listen to his dead wife because obviously that was the point of Karen. Like that, like in his mind, he knows even if his wife tells him to stop or whatever decision, he's going to still be tormented and not know what to do. Karen really kind of knows like everything that's gone on after that, and kind of is like that voice of reason in his head for him to kind of pull his shit together and make a better decision, something that kind of grounds him. So considering everything that he was going through, the fact that he saw Karen, I was like, okay, good. He's getting grounded right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like she's gonna help him get back on track. And I think that's exactly what it was supposed to be. Like his mind is just being torn apart, and you really just kind of see the two sides of it. You see like his wife, and then you see Karen, and the hallucination is just supposed to balance out what he's going through and kind of give him a justification for the decisions that he's making. That's kind of really what in my opinion, what it's supposed to show.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, Rager says he's in love with her. I didn't realize he was that close to her. Like, I didn't know it was that serious. But look, they had to have Karen Karen was there for Matt. Like, it was, meant to be the main relationship. So I get that they didn't keep that up. But I like Lelouch. You need a lot of bandages to date Frank Castle.
Very true.
You need a lot of them to date with Matt too, because
don't make him angry.
Yeah, but either way, she does help him there with that, and then they start throwing. See, that's what I mean. Like they're going to burn this whole damn building down. They're doing so many things and nobody's stopping them. They're throwing the gasoline or whatever
right
under the door, and then I got a couple shots of the fire. I thought that looked really cool. I do think the cinematography and stuff is really good on this. So, like I can, as much as I don't love all the violence, I can at least appreciate that kind of stuff. But I just took a lot of kind of random pictures of them fighting because I don't know like what to show. It's just all the fighting, the shooting, the hitting.
Right.
But it was cool. I mean, like I said, I liked it in that action sense. It was done well, but I think that I would have rather had about 3/4 less fighting and that much more story. Just in my opinion. But that's a good shot, though. I love that.
Yeah, I like that drawing behind him.
Yeah, I know. That's like a famous artist. I recognize. I don't know what it says here. I can't read it.
It's French.
The Guido Montag. I can't read it from here, but I kind of recognize it. Like I've seen other paintings by that artist before. I think. I don't know. So yeah, he's going around the building, attacking the people, defending himself, trying to save the good people. I guess. Watching people get shot and thrown off the roof in different places.
I kind of like that it showed like all this chaos, right? Like Mamanucci, like, paid all these people, shared his location, didn't share his apartment number because they obviously attacked the whole complex, like the whole apartment,
which I thought
was stupid.
No, I agree. It is a lot of chaos.
It is, which, that's very like true to the comic book. Like kind of doesn't make sense. Like just send him to his apartment. Why do you send him to like torture all the neighbors? Because obviously he doesn't really care about the neighbors. So it's kind of like a catch-22 from Mamanucci because like she's doing this to torture him and to get to him, and hopefully all this chaos around him, somebody will get to him. And he doesn't really care. But because he sees everything that's going on and he gets these associations of the people that are being hurt being like his family, it like really amps him up and he starts protecting all these innocent people. He doesn't really know who's in his apartment building because he doesn't know anybody, but he kind of figures it out from like how they're behaving, who to start killing. And I was like, he's just picking up a gun and randomly like shooting people, but it looks like that, but that's not what it is. Like he actually can like kind of discern who he's killing. At least that's what they're supposed to give you that impression of at this point. But again, they don't really explain a lot of it unless you see the show already and you know about him.
Yeah. Lilu said they don't know his apartment number because he's under an alias. That would make sense. I hadn't really thought about it, but that makes sense.
I figured she kind of knew because she'd been tracking him, but I guess maybe not. Maybe she just knew the building and not the apartment number. That's a good point because she had been following him. So
yeah, not following him, I guess, enough in that case, but shot the guy. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of took some random photos. He ends up on the roof, and you can see down below, and then he jumps. Now have seen this all over social media. People were complaining about the visual effects in this shot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And apparently the only thing they actually switched was his face that they swapped out with the stunt guy. So it wasn't like fake. It was real. It's just, I guess, the way they shot it. It looks really cool. So it's good to know they actually really had somebody jump off like that.
Yeah.
But it definitely was talked about.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up after also falling down onto these scaffolding when he jumps down to get away from one of the guys. And then that's when I love that. Like, I don't know how that's fulfilling their purpose, but when the one guy throws the other guy off the roof at him and he's like, oh, I forget exactly what he said. He swore and said something, but well, that would just throw the body at him. The guy was alive. I'm sure he didn't appreciate that, right? But
yeah. I love that scene. I thought it was funny as hell. He just rolls out of the way and rolls off onto the buses. I'm like, okay, you probably could have just handled him landing on you, but this is definitely more Punisher style for you to roll out and let him die.
Yeah. And he fell quite a distance, but he fell in like pieces. So he was, he didn't die from the way he fell, but could he really survived it? I don't know. But now he's on the street. And it's interesting. Like, there's so much chaos going on. Like, he's getting help in a way, like not intentionally, because I know he's ready to kill somebody and then like somebody else shoots him. And I thought at first like it was going to be one of the other characters showing up, and it's like, no, just some random person that shot them. So,
right. I actually was expecting to see Daredevil or something, and we didn't see it, but that, I had to watch it a second time. So now that I knew that that's what we weren't getting and not to wait for it, when I watched it a second time, it helped me to kind of get a clearer lens of what was going on, because there was just so much chaos and not a lot of plot line.
Yeah, most definitely. But he killed a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe you remember what the family's name were. I thought that the father's name was Charlie, but it sounds like maybe the girl's name was Charlie. And
the little girl's name is Charlie.
Okay.
The father's name is Andre.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember hearing that, but I assumed he was Charlie, but because it can be a girl's name, it can be a boy's name.
Right.
So yeah, he goes in, and then that guy, he's like, save my daughter. Like, he doesn't care. He's going to die. He thinks he's going to die. And he's like, save my daughter. So he goes in and he sees them hiding and he attacks it. Now, see, this is where I'm talking like excessive, unnecessary violence. He stabbed that guy. I don't know how many freaking times. Like, dude, the guy's dead. You don't have to stab him in his chest, in his face, in his neck, in his, like, he was
Gotta
dead.
make sure he's dead, Jamie. You gotta make sure he's dead.
Well, it's not Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever. I don't think he's gonna pop back up.
Right.
But hey, he's dead now. And then he got stabbed for his troubles. And he
a lot of Punisher's kills when he's like on like a rampage kind of a thing are excessive. Like, I will say that I always feel like he's really excessive. And it showed it. Like, I really do like the adaptation that they have. The showrunners that are the way they're making it and designing it. I really like the Punisher that we're getting. To me, it seems like the Punisher that a lot of the comic book fans really know. So it's always going to be like excessive blood and gore. I think and that's when we see the trailer for Spider-Man Homecoming, like, you get a quick glimpse of like Frank driving like a truck. And Spider-Man like goes through the truck and like wipes him out because I guess he shot at him. And he's like, I don't need your help, because Frank is usually excessive and very chaotic and brings like this level of tension, like rises the level of tension even higher in a chaotic scene than it needs to be. And you start to see that here. So I think a lot of it is also set up for what we're the Punisher that we're going to get again in the future, especially with the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out soon.
Yeah. So he saves the mother and the child, and the little girl comes over and hugs him, even though he's covered with blood. Like, she's not scared of him because he saved him. So that was sweet. And like I said, I do like that they had kind of this redemption going on, I guess. That it's kind of like, because that was the part that I kind of skipped. He could have gone, I didn't get a picture of it, but he could have gone after Manucci. He like had a choice he had to make.
Right.
He was going to go and kill her or go and save this family. And instead he chose to save the family, which is what he should do. But also allows for a season 3 if they have it. So yeah, he saved him. The guy thanks him. I like this. B said the color of the bat reminds me of a plastic Nerf bat. It's making me I want to go back and see it like that. That's funny. See one of the go back and replace it with a Nerf bat. Even that'd be hilarious. And watch them bat each other. But yeah, she thanks him and she gives him this flower. I don't know if she had made it or what, but she gives him this flower.
Yeah, it was the rose that she was drawing when he got coffee, when she recognized him from the TV. And she knew that he was Frank Castle. And she just looked at the TV, looked at him, and then looked at the TV, looked at him, and then kept drawing.
I thought she recognized him too, but I wasn't sure. And I forgot to even mention that before and get a picture of it. Yeah, she knew, but she didn't hold that against him. And clearly it ended up paying off, right? Since he saved her. So he's a good guy. Even though he kills people.
What a great guy.
He's got no mercy at all. Like, there's no mercy. He does not believe in mercy. Like, the ending of Daredevil and like that whole conversation with Bullseye and Mercy, like that, Frank's not there yet. Frank's not even close to being anywhere near that right now or hearing any of that kind of reasoning. That's kind of what really defines him as the Punisher. Like, he doesn't care. He's going to punish you. There's no mercy. There's no explanation. It's just, you're done. And that's kind of where people have this qualm. Like, he's not technically a hero. He's not a villain either, but he doesn't always make the best decisions and will kill random people sometimes and be like, whatever. He doesn't try to, but if it happens because of whatever, he'll figure out, whatever. But
yeah, he's kind of the opposite of Daredevil in that way, I feel like. But he does put the flower at her grave, and he tells her that he met somebody who reminds him of her. I don't know. I was just gonna say there's like a watch and something else down there. I don't know if this is just things people left.
To Poppy.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a watch. I don't know what the other thing was, a bracelet or something.
Oh, the flowers of Poppy. That's all I was saying. I was trying to contribute.
Okay, no, sorry, I didn't know what you meant. That's why I'm like, wait, what? And then now I get it. It's a Poppy. No, sorry, I didn't know it.
It means remembrance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like that. That makes sense. That actually.
It's also used as a service. When you get those little poppies, like you give a donation and you get a little poppy from Veterans Group.
Yeah.
I just know poppy is like the heroin plant. Like, you can get high from it. That's all I know it as.
The poppy field in Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And I know the poppy field in a painting, but that's about.
Yeah, in Monet's gardens, he paints a lot of poppies. I've been in Monet's gardens.
Oh,
it's my flower for my birthday.
Ooh.
The state of California, yeah.
Yeah, just me. Hey.
Well, all right. So he's got his that is different, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's different than what it was in Daredevil.
It is. I feel like he changed it a little bit, kind of. I'm assuming to reclaim his identity from the anti-task force and like the anti-vigilante task force that killed. Oh my God! It's Hector, the White Tiger. There we go. Couldn't think of it for a minute.
Yeah, that's right. The task force Anti-Vigilante Task Force had Punisher logos on them. They all did.
Yeah, and he made a comment about it in Daredevil, right? When Daredevil was talking about it, he's like it was these fanboys. That's what he calls them, these fanboys. So I guess he changed it up a little bit from what the fanboys had.
Yeah, well, remember there was that whole thing with Powell, where he like really liked Punisher, but well, he didn't in the end, because I remember they had an argument. Like he was trying to get him on his side. Okay, Rager says Frank didn't wear the skull vest long enough. That's what I had a problem with. Yeah, he was mostly in the hoodie. So I'll give you that. Maybe we should have saw the iconic thing a little bit more, but I mean we got it at the end at least. But
I thought it really kind of paralleled Daredevil, right? Because we saw him go through this whole mental dilemma, and then he also redid his suit kind of in his, born again. And I feel like this was like supposed to show Punisher's like born again moment.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Just Me.
and
I'm
he
excited to meet you soon too. Now that you're in our awful weather. I'm like, this weather's so messed up. I'm like, it's gonna be 90 next week, and it's like I think like 60 or something. It's like crazy. It goes up and down, up and down.
We've got a crazy amount of mosquitoes here.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to those coming back out.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Do not want to see that, especially because my allergies. Like we can't spray stuff. So
oh no,
get rid of stuff. Like no, like. I mean, you can. The only time I ever use anything is on 4th of July. I do use a couple citronella candles. It usually gives me a sinus headache, but I use it. But otherwise, nope. Can't use that kind of stuff.
Well, Michigan got a lot of rain, so there was a lot of standing water and a lot of flooding. So that was this kind of a nightmare breeding ground for mosquitoes.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
there's like clouds of them. And I can't even walk with my boyfriend. My boyfriend just gets covered head to toe in them. Like they love him. They kind of avoid me, but he just gets covered.
Yeah, I hate mosquitoes. I have like I don't want to say an allergy to them. I don't know what you call it, but like when I get bit by a mosquito, a lot of times I get like a huge welt from it.
Yeah.
It swells up when I get bit.
Well, you can get all sorts of things from them. That's why I don't want them biting me at all.
Yeah. What was it? The West Nile virus that used to be a thing back then? Well, yeah. It's the Zika virus.
Yeah.
The Equinani, like triple E.
Yes.
They do have. They did bring the West Nile virus. Hey Trey, I see. I just saw Kimberly. This isn't what we're talking about, but said that B got her cameo. So I'm glad that you got it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm glad you took care of it, Kimberly. I meant to get the ad or get what you needed off of B, but you took care of it, so it's good. But I'm sorry, everything's been going on. There's been a lot of shit going down, and I did not, unfortunately, did not do that yet. But I'm glad that it got taken care of. So I apologize for that. But I want to see it. I'm excited to see it. So this guy is the one that they killed his dog, and whenever Daredevil comes, he's like, or not Daredevil, Punisher comes, he tells him that he wants the hat. Like he wanted the damn hat back. And I thought it was interesting that he takes the hat off of him and he doesn't kill the guy. Like I think he's thinking, right? He's thinking about it. He didn't kill him.
Right. Taking a hat is not offensible enough to kill somebody. But when the guy tells him the other part, that's when he's just like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. And it says,
what about the dog?
That's what it was.
Yeah. So for Daredevil, if you kill anybody, if he sees that you have lost a loved one because of somebody else, that somebody else is dead. Doesn't matter who the loved one is. It could be a dog, your son, your brother, your father, a cat, whatever you have an attachment to that like hurts you and breaks your heart for like, and you're grieving the loss of a loved one, especially because he always is grieving his son, daughter, and wife that were killed. That's what really like clinches him into getting revenge for you.
Yeah. And that's why I wish that they would have had him actually tell him instead of saying he took something else from me. Like we know because we saw it, but Punisher has no clue what he's talking about. I mean, other than we're just supposed to assume he does. Like he killed him and he could have been talking about, oh, he took my bag or something. I mean,
right.
actually hear that, but he does shoot him there and kill him. He goes over. I like that.
But do you
It's
see like he throws a knife at him and like wounds him and then comes over and like that's what I mean. Like, there's no mercy. It doesn't matter what he did. There's no questions asked. He just knows and boom, dead.
well, no, he has no fucks left to give.
No fucks left to give.
Like, I'm done. I ain't waiting. No.
Have I given you that song?
Yeah. So yeah,
That
is,
I got no fucks left to give. My fucks have all run dry. I went to the fuck store, but there was no fucks to buy.
I love it.
you're so funny, Scarlet. I love it too.
Yeah, you write some awesome song lyrics. I love it.
Oh, that's not mine. I'll send you it, Jen.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. I thought you did write that one.
No, it sounds like I wrote it, but no.
Well, you don't expect there to be a song about that. Let's be honest here. I did
Yeah.
not expect there to be. No, but that was great. Yeah, as fuck jars emptied. Yep. All right. Well, I do agree if they're intending to bring it back. I think that it is kind of like, I know you said like a long trailer. I just don't know that we needed. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish it was different. Like I really wanted to like it. And I did enjoy the cinematography and the choreography, but it was yeah, it wasn't enough for me. Like I did not enjoy it that much. I didn't like it overall just because I didn't think there was enough plot. But I can appreciate,
I think the timing is also not the best. A lot of people, from what I saw online, were really expecting this to be like almost like a 9th episode of Daredevil, even though it was focused on the Punisher. So I think the timing was a little off on it, and maybe had they did it next month or just a little bit closer towards the Spider-Man release, I think it would have hit a little different because people probably would have realized it was really tied to that, even though he's shown up in Daredevil. Because that's what like I said, when the first time I watched it, I was like, where's the rest of the story? I'm like, and I was expecting something different. I was like, all right, stop, because clearly it's not about Daredevil since we just came off from covering Daredevil Reborn. So when I watched it again and I kind of tried to figure it out, and I really realized it was really in those only small 2 blocks, because I mean, seriously, you don't hear the cops coming really at all. Like they're just in this on survival mode in these 2 little blocks. Like that wouldn't happen normally in the city. So I'm like, where's everybody else? What's going on? Because obviously clearly we're in the MCU. But again, I think the focus was just to show us Daredevil going through his own little rebirth, and now he's like in a clear headspace and he's ready to go. So that way, whatever fuckery he gets into in the Spider-Man, you kind of understand maybe why Spider-Man has the attitude he has with him in the little snippet that we see in the trailer, and you kind of get an idea of where he's going. Because Spider-Man is, I mean, that's a family-rated movie. There's no way you're going to see the Punisher stomping some kid's skull into the concrete. But we kind of need that to know that this is the Punisher that we have, and why Spider-Man's like, nope, go home. I got this. We don't need you. You're a little too crazy. So, no.
Yeah, I just wish they would have made it more accessible to people who hadn't seen the original. Because I feel like Daredevil was like enough. It kind of balanced that line. Like I feel like you definitely benefited from watching the original series. I haven't even watched the whole series, but even I feel like I benefited in ways that, like, with their relationship and that, like Scarlet and Karen hadn't seen. And I think that helps. But I just felt so like this was made for you to know what was going on. And I felt like, I don't know, I felt like they left that out. And I think that they could have done a better job with that, because they're trying, I assume, to get more, new people invested in it. I don't know. Maybe they think if you didn't watch the original, you're not going to watch it. It doesn't matter. But I just would have liked something to be a little more, like even just a bit of regular flashback rather than what they did with the, because I don't know, that whole fever dream, whatever the hell it was hard to tell what was going on. Then he's thrown up in the middle of it. It was just kind of like a lot. So.
Yeah, and they did it the same kind of style and fashion that the season was done in on Netflix. But again, if you didn't watch the show, it was confusing because it's so short and they didn't give you too much context. One of the other things, I don't know if you mentioned it since I was sleeping, but I like that you hear his like signature line, right? Which they explain the 1 punch, 2 punch. Oh, sorry, 1 batch, 2 batch. Why can't I think of it now?
I don't know, but I know what you mean. I saw the book.
Oh, penny and dime. Yeah, 1 batch, 2 batch, penny and dime. And I like that he finishes it at the end so that you can actually see the whole rhyme. And that's like supposed to show like he's not all chaotic and just has fragmented pieces. He's got everything put together in an actual structure.
Yeah.
I thought that was from his daughter.
It is, but he says that after every time he kills somebody, and it's from his daughter's book. So he says 1 batch, 2 batch, penny and dime. Papa's the baker and so am I is the whole thing. Yeah. But he only says though 1 batch, 2 batch, penny and a dime, and he says that right before he kills somebody, like with the kills, and it's from his daughter's book.
Yeah, because he's thinking about her. I don't know. I find it interesting though too, because you said how even in the comics, like he talks to the whatever you want to call it. I guess they're not really spirits, but what he's seeing of his kids,
right?
About like before he murders people and stuff. I just question though, like wouldn't his family be saying don't do this? Like I guess that's just not the kind of show it is, right? It's Marvel.
It's Marvel. Yeah. It's Marvel, and there's like and I think that's the point that because like his wife wanted him to stop and not do it, and his son like kind of egged him on, and his daughter kind of gave him that grounding balance from the arguing and the difference between his wife and his son. And that's, I think, why they connected so much of the daughter to this special that they gave us, because she's kind of like the Karen, right? She grounds him. When everything else is spinning, he can clearly see her just standing there, and she grounds him. Because we see in his season when he's going through the escape in the prison and he starts killing everybody and kind of gets out, and that's what Fisk wants him to do, is like to kill. He continually hears his son saying, go get them, daddy, go get them, go, like kind of like egging him on and like continue to kill. And like his wife, like, stop doing this. And then his daughter kind of just grounds him and gives him kind of the reason why he's going to do this is because it's these people that will hurt somebody. So that kind of, his daughter balances him out so he doesn't just like shoot and kill everybody. He shoots only the people or kills only the people he's supposed to kill or needs to kill. So I kind of like that he's got these 3 different family members, and they all kind of represent the 3 different sides that he is mentally tortured by. Staying home and not doing anything, getting up and just killing everybody to shut everybody and stop everybody, or actually figuring out what's going on and finding justice for those that need it. And that's really the 3 characters and what they represent in his life. So whenever those different voices like come to him, you kind of can tell where his mind frame is at and whatever shit he's going to probably go do, either ignore it or go on a rampage or kind of really like help investigate and solve whatever's going on and get to the bottom of it.
I was just going to say, I think it's interesting though, because clearly what happens in this was all because of what he did in a way, right? Like she comes after him because he did it, and he killed another family. I mean, he took her family away like somebody took his family away. Okay, they were bad, but he still took the family away. But it's interesting because, like you said, he doesn't kill them if they're bad. He leaves them or whatever. If at the same time, if he had killed her, none of this would have went down either. So
right.
Like you see, it's a struggle. But I get, I mean, I can understand her being pissed too that he killed her family. I mean, yeah,
I thought she kind of did a real, like in the very beginning, she did a really good job of kind of explaining it more in her monologue, even though like it kind of, you had to like pay attention because you kind of felt bad for her. And then she's like, you forgot about one thing, you forgot about me. And like that kind of like, I thought that he did a good job there in that monologue between her and him in the very beginning that kind of showed. So I was really excited. I was like, all right, we're going to get a plot. But then again, I thought about it. If this is not like his own like movie, it's like the short little novella. They didn't want to really give us a whole plot line because they're going to save that and they're going to save her villain character. He couldn't really kill her at that point because there's still more things that need to happen in order for that to occur. So without, like I said, I thought this was like a little jump off for us to get more of him and understand where he's coming from without having to backslide since like so many years have gone by, and he kind of pops back up for Daredevil, and then he goes through another thing with his capturing him. So this is like another rebirth for him, but they didn't want to really give you a whole season about that or a movie about that. They just wanted to catch you up so that way they can move forward with it from this time period that we're in right now.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And I'm with you, Kimberly. There were a lot of Easter eggs, tons of Easter eggs in this.
What what are some of the Easter eggs? Because I was saying earlier, like I know there was probably some even on like that board he had, but I didn't know what they were to know. Like what
Yeah,
kind of
his vision board that ties it together from when he's like his crime vision board. The news radio that we see, there's a bunch. I got to go back and start seeing it now, but they tie a bunch of stuff to just the AMCU and everything that kind of goes down. There was some Easter eggs for Spider-Man, which I think that's probably where most of them were, and then for the comic books.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice any in particular, but I don't know enough to probably pull that out. So, yes, Kimberly was saying they had a lot of Easter eggs. Yeah, I like to see Easter eggs if I pick up on them, but I'm just missing them. That's okay. Anyway, it is what it is. It could have been better, could have been worse, I guess, but
yeah.
I'll still
like I said,
watch the original. Probably. I just got to finish all the other ones first. They're higher on my priority list. Let's put it that way, but I'll probably eventually get to it.
I'm hoping that we do get more of his character, like just of him. And I'm hoping like this is like a little jump off. We'll get something. Obviously, he's going to be in Spider-Man, and hopefully after that. But I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the AMCU's got a lot scheduled and slated to come out. So I don't think he's on any schedule. But I'm hoping that if this does well and he kind of gets something, I guess, get good ratings and kind of has good like outcome from Spider-Man, hopefully they'll be able to continue his series or, pick it back up, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do what they did with Daredevil.
Yeah, I do like his character, but if it's between him and like something like S.H.I.E.L.D., then yeah, I'd rather have something like S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if that was for us or was for B, because I'm not sure what if she means illusions, like what Frank saw. Maybe I'm not sure. That may not have been.
Oh yeah,
so I don't know.
The girl that's oh my God, Max from Stranger Things, Sadie. Oh, I can't think of Sadie's.
Isn't it Sink?
Yeah, Sadie Sink. So I guess like he's gonna be with her a lot in the new Spider-Man movie. So there were some. So they did have some Easter eggs towards his hallucinations, and she's gonna hopefully help him with those hallucinations and maybe kind of break them for him. I think they're alluding to that for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, they're all
Hey, Fletch.
Hey, Fletcher. Are they going to try to make it a thing that the Nucci's were involved in with the killing of Frank's family? It said they killed Frank's family. Did they not originally? I assumed they did. I don't remember what it was that happened.
So in the original, the Jigsaw and this other guy was responsible for his family's death, but the way I think they're going to twist it a little bit and make it that the Nucci's were the ones that ultimately were running that drug operation, because that's what it was. There was like a drug operation going on. He kind of found out about it, and they kind of wanted to stop him, and they killed his family. So I know he winds up killing. I'm pretty sure Jigsaw dies, right? We see him die in Punisher. So yeah, he winds up getting the full revenge by the time we get through season 2, where he kills Jigsaw and what's his name? It's not Raiden. God, I just watched Mortal Kombat 2. It starts with an R, and I can only think of Raiden. That's not his name. That's the freaking Mortal Kombat name. But
your family.
Yeah, they wound up killing his family. That's who it's supposed to be. But I guess they're trying to allude that the people behind setting up that whole drug ring is the Nucci family.
Yeah. I'm reading what Fletcher said. If this isn't the best panel show, Jamie in yellow, Scarlet in white, and Las Mas Guapa Jenn. Thanks, Fletcher. I'm glad you guys.
Guapo. Te quiero mucho, mi amor.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying the show, even if the beginning half, Jamie didn't know what the hell she was talking about. We got through it. Scarlett and I got through it, right? We did it okay. But you added a little bit of context there, which helps.
Yeah, I think the reason when he's doing those pull-ups, right, and his hands like all bleeding, like in the very opening scene. So I was wondering, I'm gonna assume now that I watched it a second time, since he had to break his arm to get out of, like he broke his arm or his wrist to get out of Fisk's jail, right at the end of Daredevil. That's how he escaped. So I'm assuming the reason why his hand's bleeding and it hurts so bad, and that's why he's kind of drinking like painkillers and bourbon, is because his arm is now all healed up, which is why I was thinking this has to be during the season 2 of Daredevil. Like this little snippet happens during Daredevil's second season that we saw, that we just covered.
I had forgotten about that. You're right. He did when he got out. That was a good escape, though. That was awesome.
Yeah. And then, like I said, the one little line that you heard on the news, like when he's walking by, they're like, now that they're under the new leadership. So I was like, okay, so this is Fisk just left. So that's why I was tying it together. But again, if you didn't watch Daredevil or Punisher and know about all of that, you wouldn't have picked that up. It was a little chaotic for somebody if they were just looking to find new viewership. This was not the show for new viewership. This was definitely for fans that know about the show 100%.
I didn't pick up on that. I missed that line. That does make sense now that you're saying that, but I had missed it when it was on. Thank you, B. I'm glad you guys enjoy listening to us. We enjoy doing it. It is fun. Even if we don't get enough sleep.
No, we never get enough sleep. Hence me passing out on the couch.
Yeah, no, but I do that too. Like I feel like I'm never getting enough sleep, but I keep going anyway.
That's what we do. We keep on trucking.
There we go. Yeah, we keep on trucking. Oh, I didn't send it. I'll have to send it to him. No, because Fletcher was saying, I just was thinking, because he said knowledge comes at a cost. I changed the sign so it says time comes at a cost, Fletcher. We were having a conversation earlier. He'll know what I'm talking about. But I changed it. All right. Well, is there anything else? We already kind of talked about Brand New Day a little bit. I mean, I've seen like the little clip with him and, Spider-Man, but beyond that, I don't really know a lot about. I don't really look up spoilers. Like I see, like when trailers come out and stuff, I watch them, but I tend to not like go look for them, I guess. So
Right.
I haven't seen a whole lot. So I don't know if there's anything else really that needs talked about or not.
Scarlet, are you caught up on all the Spider-Mans? Scarlet, do we lose you?
Oh no, I was muted. The latest one's a Tobey Maguire. Oh yeah, and Adam West. I know that. Yeah. Oh wait, that's not even Spider-Man.
In other words, no.
I'm right on top
behind,
of it,
dear.
I'm right on top. I'm on the pulse.
You're right on top of that, Rose.
Those are good, but you should watch the other ones, especially too. You should watch the other Marvel. Like I'm guessing probably has not seen. What's the one? Brand New Day is the new one that hasn't happened yet, right?
Right, and then there was Homecoming.
Okay, Homecoming. That's what I was thinking.
Homecoming is the one with the multiverse where you see all of them.
Yeah, because I love that movie too, because it's got Doctor Strange and it's got all the multiverse Spider-Mans. That was pretty cool. I liked how they did that.
I did too. I loved that one. I know like a lot of people did. My husband was like, you love it too much. I'm like, but it brings them all together. It's all the Spider-Man since I've grown up and they started making the movies. And even though there were all these different writers and producers, they still brought it all together. I was like so excited about it. My husband was like, it's not that serious. There's different timelines in the comic books and you can read them. I'm like, but they don't tie together like this. I was like so excited.
I like the multiverse stuff. Lilu's asking about the Defenders. We're not necessarily getting a Defender series for sure, are we? The only thing I think that's been greenlit for sure is Jessica Jones, or am I wrong?
Jessica Jones is the only thing that I know they're greenlit, and now we're going to get this new Bullseye.
Oh, that is a thing? I thought that was just they were talking about it. Is that actually a thing?
Oh, I thought it was a thing that they confirmed that they were going to do. Bullseye's getting something. Hold on, let me bring it up. I thought I saw something.
No, you might be right. I'm just not on top of that. I didn't realize. Rager says Tobey Maguire's the best Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I like all the Spider-Man. I'll be honest, Spider-Man isn't my favorite of the Marvel characters. I like him, but he's not like my favorite. I think that's probably why I really enjoyed that movie too, because it brought them all together. But I don't know. I kind of like the new Tom. The hell's his name? And why am I forgetting his name?
Holland?
Tom Holland.
I like him too, though. I like all of them, but yeah, and I don't really watch DC anymore. I think it's going to be Heroes for Hire. I know there's been talk about that, Kimberly. I don't know if it's been greenlit though. I feel like the Heroes for Hire is more like rumor
It's still, yeah, it says it's still conceptual. There's just been talks about it. I'm so mad. I
Yeah.
thought it actually was confirmed with Bullseye. Well, let's see. Hopefully, I know that the actor is open to doing more. So let's see if the MCU has money in their budget so they can swing all these cool shows that they are starting to get us all hooked into.
Yeah.
Somebody else, I saw somebody mention that online. They're like, I don't think that the MCU really gave Frank, or whatever the showrunner's name is, I forget his name, but they didn't really give him like, yeah, they didn't really give him a huge budget, and this was like kind of his little project to kind of wrap things up and kind of be like a little bridge between what he did with season, or where he thinks it should have happened between the end of season 2 for Punisher and where Punisher is going to be in Spider-Man. So in order to explain that gap without doing a whole show or whatever, this was his stepping stone, and they only had so much money in the budget. And I'm like, well, I feel like we got 45 minutes literally is half of a movie. It really was like a little novella snippet.
It was. I don't know who you mean by Frank, though. I said that because I knew Frank Darabont from Walking Dead. That's not the
hold on. Let me look up the guy hold on.
The director of this was Ronaldo Marcus Green. I have it up. That's why I'm.
Who's the guy that's rebooting Daredevil?
Oh, he might be on that. That I don't know. I thought you meant this particular show.
No, the guy that rebooted Daredevil, that's kind of like taking over a lot of the stuff. I know he wanted to do this baby project without doing a whole show, considering the time frame and everything. I can't remember. I thought his name started with Frank.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
I might be confusing it just because of Frank Castle. Like they're both Franks.
Yeah, probably. That's why I'm like, what? I don't see a Frank that is a director on Daredevil. I don't know about a producer, but there's probably a gazillion producers, so it's kind of hard to quickly find that. But I hate trying to scroll in this thing. It doesn't want to scroll. It's like there's 1,000 different. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Just Kevin Feige. Is that who you were thinking of when you said Frank? Maybe Kevin Feige.
It might be. I thought there was an F in the name. It might be. Now that you're going to say it, I'm like, I'm probably not going to know it now. But I know that I was reading something about this a week ago when we already had said that we were going to cover it, but it hadn't come out yet. And they were saying that this was the showrunner had a passion to get a little bit more of Punisher out before Spider-Man was coming out.
Yeah, I think you're I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Feige. Kevin Feige. Yeah.
Kevin Feige?
Yeah, it's spelled Feige. That's probably who you're thinking of.
I think that's who I'm talking about, Feige. I think that might be right. That sounds more like it, Feige.
I'm probably just pronounced wrong. He's the main guy.
Yeah, that's who it is. Kevin Feige, not Frank. I apologize. But yeah, him. He wanted to do this pet project kind of a thing to kind of give him to kind of give a better understanding of Punisher, so when we see him in Spider-Man, we'll understand the character. And I'm like, okay, because I guess like he's taking over the whole universe and doing all of it, so he wanted it to be a certain way. But if you're gonna do like a movie about it, just do the whole movie, because like I feel like we got half of a plot line. If you're not like a real fan that knows about the shows or is willing to do a little deep diving in, it can be a little confusing. But again, maybe that wasn't really the targeted audience. The targeted audience might have been so that way when the Spider-Man movie comes out, all the diehard fans don't start bitching and complaining that something didn't follow the comic books because we didn't see something off screen.
Yeah, that's true. I get that. That makes sense.
I feel like that's one of the biggest things, like, right? A lot of people that know the comics, they bitch and complain after the movies that it didn't follow the comics.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I don't know. I just was disappointed because I really wanted to like it. And it makes me not want to, like I said, it doesn't make me want to watch the original series. I still will because I know I liked them in Daredevil, but like, they could have been using it to try to bring in more people. And I feel like they just were like, you didn't watch it, too bad. That's what I got the feeling from it. Like they just didn't even try. So I don't know.
And Jamie, did you think it would be like a whole movie? I thought we were going to get like a whole movie.
Yeah, I thought it would be longer than it was. And then I had heard an hour, but I think it was like 40 minutes. It wasn't even an hour. It was really short. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I thought it was going to be longer than that, but Maybe if it was longer, it would have had more plot and I wouldn't be complaining so much.
I agree. I totally understand. Like I said, I had to watch it a second time with a different frame of mind, so that I wouldn't be annoyed and upset. Because I was like, where the hell's the plot? What, like, Mama Nochi just like kind of disappears. He kind of doesn't deal with it. He's kind of back now with a new Punisher emblem. Like, so he's back. So when it ended, I was like, wait, isn't he going to go after Mama? Like, we're not done. Like, you're not done. And it kind of just ended there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully have more at some point. And hopefully whatever they have that's more, will have more plot too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, unless you guys have anything else to add, I think we've kind of gone over everything. We've been almost, hour 40 minutes. We've gone pretty long for that. So considering it was like a 40-minute show, I think we did pretty good because we stretched it. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you all. I was going to say all three of you. That's me too. All two of you. I invented an imaginary person.
We're the best.
Yeah. Thank you both of
all
you.
of us.
And yes, I miss Yellow Jackets too. Fletcher.
Oh yeah,
I know Scarlet does. That's for sure.
But Fletcher, you just watched Widow's Bay, and Widow's Bay had a very Yellow Jackets beach reads.
Yes, I do. I agree with you. I think that episode was so Yellow Jacket. Even I think that because I know as soon as I watch it, I'm like, Scarlet's gonna love this episode.
That's exactly what I said. Oh, like Scarlet's gonna love this.
We know you. We've gotten to know you.
Everybody knows me.
But yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we've seen Rager before. Thank you. Thank you to all our new viewers. But yes, thank you guys for coming. Thank you for supporting us. We very much appreciate it. We hope you'll come back. We have From live streams.
Oh, From has it. Oh, I'm sorry, Fletch. We shouldn't really spoil it for him. I'm sorry.
What?
He said he hadn't seen it yet.
Oh, you gotta go watch it. You'll love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go watch. You have to go watch it. But we have From streams on Sundays. We do our deep dive. On Mondays, we do our review. And then on Tuesdays, we have Fandom Access where we do kind of a mishmash of different shows from the week that we review. That's more of a review, not a deep dive. And then on Thursday now, we have Widow's Bay. So yeah, we'll be picking up new stuff as it goes along, but that's what we got right now. And we're going to be having a party celebration for the channel for the 2,000 members / 1 million views. The week From isn't here. So we're going to be doing that. We have guests coming. As I said before, Liz Saunders is coming on June 3rd. We have another guest that'll be from next week, although that won't be live. I will be asking you guys for questions in Discord for this person once we announce Sunday who they are. So make sure you tune in for that. Yeah, and if you're not a member of our Discord, make sure you join it so you can get our schedule and everything else and our watch parties and have fun along with us. Yes. Yeah. Yesterday was 3 and 4. Next week, we'll be doing just one episode of Widow's Bay from now on.
Yeah.
So that won't keep being like that. But yeah, I guess that. And yeah, I feel like there's something I'm forgetting and I'm just like blanking out, but I don't know.
What are you covering on the Fandom?
Sorry, what?
What are you covering on Fandom Access now?
With Widow's Bay and For All Mankind, and what's the third show? I always forget one of the shows when I talk about things, and I'm like, what? I guess yeah. With Daredevil going right now, we only have Widow's Bay and For All Mankind, I guess, on Fandom Access. We will be doing Lestat when it comes back. I don't know if we're going to do something separate or not. That kind of depends on how much overlaps and how much time we have. I feel like there's too much going on maybe, but we'll definitely be doing something for that. No, but yeah, you can get all our interviews on our video tab and the live streams that we had, of course, on the live tab. And don't forget to visit scifivision.com for all of our interviews are there together. I always forget to say that. I don't know why. I guess just because I'm busy advertising the channel, I always forget to say that. But it's written on the screen. You can see it. So make sure you go and check all that out. And again, thank you. Yes, there's a lot of fandoms. That's the problem, B. I covered too many things. But yeah, thank you everybody who came and who supported us tonight. We really appreciate it. And we will see you guys all at the next one. We'll see you Saturday night at midnight for our From watch party for the new episode. We'll see a lot of you there. Yeah, so we'll see you guys then. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Nick. Now, sorry, because I just see somebody.
Hey.
Hi, Nick. I haven't seen you before, but welcome. We're just
Nick,
wrapping up. You can always, of course, restream this if you missed it. You can always go back and restream it. But yeah, yes, you are in my Discord, Lulu.
Yes, Lulu, come join and
You
chat.
had a watch party earlier today, Lulu. You were there. Did you forget?
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Punish me.